So what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. One of the latest weapon types we've been introduced to thanks to the Curse of Osiris DLC are forged weapons, and it's a very interesting concept as you create these weapons by finding specific resources needed for the lost prophecies, and you bring them back to the lighthouse where you actually craft them. Each weapon has a verse number, and there are 11 weapons in total. Now, everyone got a bit of hands-on time with all of the different vendor gear from Curse of Osiris, but as for the forged weapons, pretty much everyone just did a few of them, or maybe they went straight for the shotgun, and then after that, not many people have really talked about all of the different forged weapons, which is where I wanted to pick up and let you guys know what I think are the best forged weapons, so you guys don't have to spend a whole lot of time going through all of the weapons to see which ones are the best for yourself. Before we get into the number 5 spot, I just want to give you guys a massive thank you for 1 million subscribers. It's been one of my biggest goals since I was 14, so it took some time, but to see a seed that I planted so long ago finally pay off is definitely a huge and surreal experience. And so as a result of this, I'm giving back to you guys with a true high production documentary where I'm going to be telling my story much more in depth. It's something I've been working on for over a year. Yes, that's right. I've been planning for my 1 million special for over a year now. So that will be going up this week. So if your notifications aren't on for Project 1 million, you're going to miss out. But getting super off topic here, in at the number 5 spot, we have verse 8 or infinite paths. The first weapon on this list is a legendary pulse rifle, and infinite paths looks just as amazing as it performs. It has a mag size of 33 and it can fire at a rate of 450 rounds per minute. It's got a lightweight frame which lets you move faster when you have this rifle equipped. Drop mag has a good concept, but you need to be very careful not to waste too much ammo whenever you reload if you have that perk on. Lastly, it's got dragonfly, which makes it so precision kills create an elemental damage explosion, and what I really like about this rifle is that it's got a fast firing rate, and along with that you travel faster due to its lightweight frame. And while dragonfly requires you to get precision kills for the elemental explosions to occur, it's really not that difficult to go for those precision kills, at least in PvE. So you can expect to get some bonus damage dealt thanks to the explosion, but don't expect anything too crazy as its blast radius isn't too large and it doesn't deal as much damage as it really should. And so this rifle not only looks really unique, but it also has great handling and other stats and perks, which is why I had to place this on the number 5 spot. In at number 4, we've got verse 5 or Traveler's Judgment. As for the next weapon, we've got a legendary sidearm, and Traveler's Judgment holds 30 bullets per mag and can fire at speeds of 491 rounds per minute. It's got an adaptive frame which allows for it to fire in 3-round bursts, which is why it's got such a fast firing rate for a sidearm, and you can choose between 3 different sights being Tactic SAS, Target SAS, and Dartpoint SAS, which all affect range stability and handling speed differently. Its other perks include a mix of armor-piercing rounds, which cause extra damage to combatant shields and overpenetrate targets and slightly increase range, accurized rounds which increase range, and steady rounds which greatly increases stability and slightly decreases range. And lastly, it's got Head Seeker, which makes it so that body shots landed with the gun increase precision damage for a short time. The boost from Head Seeker isn't much, but it is nice to have a bit of extra damage, especially because you will tend to hit both body and precision shots with its 3-round bursts. Traveler's Judgment has great stability, speed, and deals decent damage, and this is quite possibly one of the best sidearms in the game and one of the better forged weapons, which is why I decided to include this on the list. In at number 3, we've got Jack, Queen, King, or verse 3. Isn't it ironic that we get verse 3 for number 3? In at number 3, we've got a legendary hand cannon with very good impact. It's got 13 bullets per mag and shoots at a firing rate of 150 rounds per minute. Wow. It's got a lightweight frame, which allows you to move faster whenever you have this hand cannon equipped. Lastly, it's got pulse monitor, which auto reloads a portion of your mag whenever you get critically wounded. And with this being a hand cannon, it doesn't have the largest mag size, so this perk is a very good one to have, especially since it helps you when you need it the most. And the combination of a great firing rate, good movement speed, and high impact makes this a top-notch hand cannon. And while this may not be better than Better Devils, it sure as hell is a pretty good hand cannon, which is why I had to place it on the list. 2, we've got Null Calamity, aka verse 9. As for the next weapon on the list, we've got a legendary assault rifle. Now, this assault rifle has a really fast firing rate as it can fire 600 rounds per minute, and it's got a good mag size of 44 bullets. When it comes to perks, it doesn't lack in that department either, though. It's got an adaptive frame, which gives it a well-rounded grip, which is reliable and sturdy, and so for its next set of perks, you have the option between Chambered Compensator, which increases stability, moderately controls recoil, and slightly decreases handling speed, Hammer Forged Rifling, which increases range, and Small Bore, which increases range and stability. I know this is getting a little bit repetitive, but I'm just trying to give you guys as many details as I possibly can so you have all the information in front of you. But lastly, it's got Zen Moment, which increases your stability as you cause damage with Null Calamity, and this actually combos very well with Tactical Mag despite Null Calamity having such a fast firing rate. Its recoil isn't too bad, so you really get to feel its raw power without having to worry too much about missing shots. So it's quite a fantastic weapon, not only having in PvE, but also in Crucible. So I really did have to include this on the list. And in at number 1, we've got the perfect Paradox Shotgun, or Verse 11. You guys knew this was coming. As for the last weapon, we've got a very sleek-looking legendary shotgun with great stats, very much comparable to Hawthorne's shotgun. It is better than Hawthorne's shotgun, though. It's got 100 rounds per minute, which is pretty good for a shotgun, and even though it only has 7 bullets per mag, that's more than enough to get the job it needs done. Perfect Paradox's main perk is Rapid Fire Frame, which is what really drives this shotgun, as it allows it to fire full auto, and it also gives you faster reload whenever the mag is empty. Your next set of perks include an option between Full Choke, which reduces projectile spread while lowering precision damage, Rifled Barrel, which increases range and greatly decreases handling speed, and Smooth Bore, which greatly increases range but increases projectile spread. And lastly, it's got the perk Rampage, which makes it so kills with the weapon temporarily increase its damage with a stack of up to 3 times, and getting kills with the shotgun is not difficult at all, especially by comboing this with its rapid fire frame, so being able to get that damage boost is really useful for battles to come. It's amazing how well its perks such as Flared Magwell combo with the rest of the shotgun, allowing for the fast firing and fast reload speeds, and this shotgun is an absolute beast in PvE and can be very viable in PvP as well. So I definitely had to place this on the list. So that's about it for the video. Let me know what you guys think of the Lost Prophecies and the new weapons. I personally think it's a great concept and the weapons are great, but it requires a ton of grinding to unlock all the weapons, which may annoy some players that won't get their hands on these weapons. So do you agree with this list? If not, let me know your own favorite forged weapons. Feel free to drop down any and all thoughts down in the comment section below.